What's up, everybody? It's waba, and if you have a couple of minutes of time to kill, then this video might just be for you. And I'm gonna kind of just talk about a couple of things that happened recently. One being the fact that Chris Wilson actually did confirm that we're not going to be seeing cruel difficulty no longer in 3.0. At least that's the plan, and I'm really on board with this. I love the idea of Path of Exile inching its way towards a one entire experience, 10 acts, no difficulties. And it's really exciting because I feel like the trope of having 3 difficulties in an action RPG, doing the same content 3 times in a row, while I have always been accepting of it, it's a change that you didn't even realize you wanted. But I'm very excited for this. I'm glad that they're moving forward with that. And we can't forget that also, as Chris had mentioned in previous podcasts, that there were plans to change some pretty big things that action RPGs generally don't. Like a problem that they have that developers have tried to work around but have not really been able to. I don't really think this is actually in reference to the difficulty, although it very well may be, but I really think it might be something else. Because as we know, GGG is fantastic at under-promising and over-delivering. Like, under-promise, over-deliver is a big thing for them, I feel. The changes to Desync, Atlas of Worlds, Ascendancies, I think all of these were huge steps in the right direction. And Atlas of Worlds does a fantastic job of giving just players a much clearer picture of what they should be doing in the end game. So I'm really excited for that. And I can't say that enough. I'm just excited. But let's go ahead and talk about the next thing, and that's Siege Ballista. A Siege Ballista is really, really fun. It was a build that I had so much fun playing, and obviously most people have seen the video, like, kind of montage I did of the elemental Siege Ballista build. Now, and I did that in Parandus League, and in Parandus League, you still had a lot of the same constraints that you had normally, and this kind of made Siege Ballista feel capped out at around, well, not capped out, but just getting more than 600 dexterity was kind of not easy. It just wasn't easy. So, and I'm going to show you, this is the champion Siege Ballista build. It still works pretty well. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I'm not even using my Herald of Thunder right now, just because I want to kind of keep some mana open for some other things. Also, this is using a Devoto's Devotion as well. And I have some pretty good gear on this. I'm not gonna lie, this gear is pretty solid. But after seeing the 10 Siege Ballista video on the Reddit, and you should go check it out because it's quite a bit of fun and it looks really cool. It made me kind of think about some things I've been discovering recently. Essence League is probably going to be the absolute best league to play Siege Ballista, simply because you could guarantee yourself to get tier 1 and higher rolls of dexterity on slots that you were never really able to do before. One slot being the belt slot. Now, while 10 Siege Ballistas is kind of a lot, I think that being able to use 5 Siege Ballistas or 6 Siege Ballistas is not really, that far out there. And I'm going to be trying to do Shaper on this build this week, especially after I saw him do Shaper. I'm like, oh, maybe I can't just go do Shaper on Siege Ballista. Yeah, I haven't even tried it, to be completely honest. But if you're looking for a more viable option for like hardcore, and as people have been mentioning about Siege Ballista, it's very inexpensive, it's very effective, it has very, very good clear. There's a lot of things that are actually like really solid about it that has been overlooked for quite a long time. But you know, especially when it comes to things like Duelist. You can go Inquisitor as well. That's not really that big of a deal. The only problem, no, there's not really any problem with Inquisitor. I just think you have a much easier time getting the life as a Duelist versus instead of an Inquisitor, just because you have to do these travel points. But if you go Inquisitor, you could probably get a little bit more dexterity. So if we're talking about like actually maximizing everything, Inquisitor might be your absolute best for damage, while Duelist will just give you the most survivability. I mean, it's pretty generic going. Fortitude and all this stuff. You would go first to strike, last to fall. But definitely check out Siege Ballista. Check out my guides. You could also just check out any guides that are out there, honestly, so you can see the differences between them. Even Lifting Nerd Bro has some guides, and while I wouldn't suggest them because they're very limited, you could definitely make it into something that would work. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of ramble a little bit and share some of my thoughts with you guys between Cruel and Siege Ballista. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.